months. This should be a good time. It's Friday night. We're awake, we're alive. It's about 9 p.m., I think. Still getting everything set up like usual, and then we will get going. So let's turn all this stuff on, see who shows up. I tried to do a post saying that this was going to happen so everyone could join. Let's get everything good here, see if people will jump onto her and go from there. Okay. It looks like my screen, at least on my side of things, is a little jumpy, so let me know if you see that as well. Eric, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. So do I look like I'm not moving with my mouth or anything like that? Because to me it looks like my video is a lot slower, but you can let me know. How you doing, buddy? Good time. Chris is here. New York, hello. It's good to see everybody. It's been a while. Haven't done a live stream in quite a bit of time, but it looks like we got a lot of people signing on right now. Finally have some time to do one, and that's why I wanted to give an announcement. Just got home from dinner with my wife. It's got a very slight lag, but hardly noticeable. Okay, cool. We'll go with it then. This is an old iPad I'm using. I think I need to upgrade it, so I apologize if it gets super laggy. If it does, we'll shut it down and start a new one on the phone. But thank you. So Daniel, New Hampshire, looks okay. I like it. We're in New Hampshire, Daniel. Are you near Loudon? I used to go up to the racetrack all the time. Tukes is watching the Bruins game. Oh, boy. Someone's got to keep me updated with the Islanders, please. I'd love you for it. Cape Cod in the house. We got a lot of Massachusetts going on. Got to start doing my Massachusetts accent to keep people laughing with that. I'm doing well, buddy. How about you? Fist, how you doing, buddy? Happy Friday to you as well. Thank you for being here. Thank you for spending some of your Friday night with me. We've got a cold beverage on tap here. So let's start this thing out right, like we always do. It's been a while, but here's a cheers to all the emergency service workers and military of the United States and Canada. Thank you for all you do, defending us, keeping us safe every day. Cheers to all of you. God bless. All right, and now we continue. That is one thing. It's kind of like the Pledge of Allegiance or the national anthem at a ball game. You got to start with that, and then we can move on and say it 63 other times, through this live stream, because we always support the military and emergency services right here on TundraDude34 all day, every day. All right, let's see. Reggie, what's up? When is the update on the SX update I sent you? Recap my memory on that. What update are we looking for? Ernest says, hey from California. How you doing, buddy? Reggie, are you talking about the one you sent me about your truck? If so, I will get on that ASAP. Bobby says, greetings from Tulsa, Oklahoma. Yeehaw. Oh, yes, sir. How you doing, buddy? Dill's Place says, cheers. I love it. Richard says, cheers. Michael, what's going on? Hi from Alaska as well, buddy. I should say hi from New Jersey. Bobby says, thank you, sir. Anytime. Chris says, not bad, just working. Went to a meet last Saturday with other Crown Vic town car owners, made some friends, had a blast. That's awesome. Yes, Reggie, I will get right on top of that. I'm sorry it got lost in the shuffle. Emails come in pretty heavy these days. Ivyland, PA here. My Phillies are losing right now. Let's go Mets, buddy. Let's go Mets. I want to say it's the Mets year, but we already are plagued with injuries, and we lose all the time. So, I don't know, skeptical at best. What's your thoughts on the new pitch clock? That's the question. Eric says, I'm surprised with the new Tundra you chose with Chrome. Is the inventory still light on the Tundra right now? Yeah, inventory is light, but I still would have chosen it if inventory wasn't light. Tonight's video will be catching you all up on what exactly happened from TRD Pro to now. Because I made videos, but when you do a live stream, you could really sit there and catch everyone up on everything, and if you have questions, you could ask them live instead of me getting back to comments. So what we'll do, we're only 4 minutes into this. We'll wait till about 10 minutes in, and then I will answer the question that all of you want to know. Why'd you trade in the TRD Pro with all the specific details I could possibly give? And just so you know, all right, and we're in the early phases of this, I'm going to be leaving my job in the next few months, and I'm going to be doing TundraDude34 full time. We're going to give it a go. All right, so when that comes, you're going to get live streams 2 times a week at least, and they're going to be scheduled live streams. Not this, I hope you hit the notification bell stuff. They will be scheduled. I will have the same nights of live streams every single week. So we will do that along with the videos and the shorts and everything else we do. You'll actually probably be seeing a lot more of the channel because I'll have time and sleep, which is something I don't have now. So we're going to do it. We're going to give it a try. I'm tired of talking about it. May is 7 years for this channel. It's time to make it happen. Put a little risk out there. You know, sometimes you got to go and just jump and hope for the best, and that's what we're going to do. Dance Master says, Chris, I should say, West Columbia outskirts here. Misery, of course. Tuke says, not a Tundra, but trying to find a 2023 manual transmission Tacoma, end of an era. Yeah, they're out there. Just keep looking. I mean, I know it's weird with, you know, how hard it is to get vehicles, but they are out there. I see them every once in a while. Pontiac says, I know you're missing your 2020 TRD Pro. No, I'm actually not missing my 2020 TRD Pro. Did I love the Army Green one? Absolutely. But I love what I have now. I'm sorry. I know some people don't want to hear that, but that's the truth. I'm telling you the truth. Andrew, what's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Eric says, good for you, Mark. Congrats. I appreciate it. Bobby B says, good for you. Never know until you try. And yeah, you're right. And I got to try because I want to see what this channel can do if I gave it 110 and not the can't, you know, I work overnight, in case a lot of you don't know that. So just fitting anything in with overnight is very tough. Okay. So I want to give it a go. I think I'm in a good place to try it now. Why not? Chris says, got a Voodoo Blue SR5 TRD off-road Tundra for sale at my local dealer. So much want. Go get it, man. It's only money. Andrew says, what did I miss about the news? We're going to wait till 10 minutes, and then we're going to go over exactly what happened from TRD Pro to now, how we got here. Tuke says, go for it. Can always find a job, but don't always get a chance to live the way you want. Rock and roll, dude. Good call. Yo, high five for you on that comment. Because every once in a while, I need a little bit of that kick in the butt to actually do it. You know, you're comfortable, you're safe. I've been doing the same job for 21 years. But yeah, it's time to move on for sure. Rodeo says, good evening, Mark. I wish you all the best of luck on your new upcoming adventure with your channel. Hit the like button. I like the way he thinks. Rodeo, I appreciate you. Thank you. Bruins Mike is here. Why are you not watching your Islanders? Is it because you know the Bruins are? Oh, dude. Isles, it's a toughie. What's the score right now for the Islander game? Anyone? Hit me up. Because I wanted to do a live stream, okay? I needed to do a live stream. I owed you guys this for a long time. Michael says, just picked up a new 1794 TRD in Mesquite Brown. I absolutely love it so far. Big upgrade for my 20-year-old Ram. That's a beautiful truck. 1794 is the best. And in case you're new to the channel, we are actually sitting in a 1794 2022 driver's seat right now that I made into an office chair. It has the airbags, it has all the electronics on it, nothing is plugged in, but if something goes wrong and the airbags go off, you guys are going to get a good video out of that, aren't you? I wish I could, absolutely. Mike says, why are you not, I already went over that. Oh, that came in twice. Oh, the Bruins are going to win the cup. Probably everyone else thinks they are. Islanders are tied at 1, end of second period. Eric, keep me updated on that. I appreciate you. Andrew says, switching out of my Platinum Grill and surrounding chrome mustache to color match mustache and TRD Pro Heritage Grill. Going to be a good Saturday. Absolutely. Yeah, that's going to look really good. Take pictures before and after, please. Tied 1-1, okay? Sean, how you doing, buddy? Long time no live. I know. It's been a rough few months with the job, so I'm back, baby. I'm back. Let's do it. BRB going to grab my pizza. All right, I think we're late enough into this thing. Let's take a sip of our nice adult beverage here. If you have one, raise it up. Let's take this, and I'm going to tell you the whole story of what happened with the TRD Pro. So here we go. All right, so here we go. Here's the story. Hold all questions to the end, and then fire away. Or if you want to ask them while I'm telling the story, I'm not going to read any until I'm done. And if I leave any holes, yeah, ask away. Don't forget to hit the like button and welcome aboard. I appreciate you guys for watching for sure. Friday night, busy night for a lot of people, so it's nice to see 42 of you here is very nice. So here we go. Had the TRD Pro. We got the TRD Pro late October, I believe it was. TRD Pro was a lease. We got it at MSRP. You guys know, if you've been around the channel, I lease my Tundras because usually I move in and out of them as far as the channel. So a 3-year lease gives me the option, stay in the truck until something new comes out with the Tundra that's worth upgrading to, or if I like the Tundra, I'll just buy it out. So that's why I do the leasing. It's more based off channel, write-offs, all that stuff. So I had the lease, the TRD Pro. I was able to put a nice down payment on that TRD Pro because of my Army Green TRD Pro, because the values were so way up. So the payment wasn't insane on the TRD Pro Tundra. that a lot of people think it is. My payment at the time with the TRD Pro Tundra was $828 a month. All right. So you're hearing people say $1,100, $1,300, $1,500, or they're putting gigantic down payments down on their Tundras. TRD Pro was zero down. The only money down was whatever the Army Green was worth, which I don't remember at this moment, but it was around 5 to 7 grand if I remember correctly. All right, so the TRD Pro came in. Plan was to hold on to that for as long as for as long as humanly possible. Problem was, okay, out of nowhere, I got hit with 2 or 3 bills to do with the house that I wasn't expecting, because everything is going insane as far as bills right now, right? And these bills came out of nowhere. That didn't help, but I was going to get through it. Then YouTube revenue is all sorts of weird right now. I think because the economy is just up and down. Now, with YouTube revenue, it's always been kind of a baseline like this for me. I never really change as far as go down. I have ups, but I always have like a median line I always live off of. And that's what pays for my vehicles, the cameras, all the stuff for the channel is what the channel pays for. Okay, so everything was always here and we were just fine. And then one day, the YouTube revenue got weird and stayed weird for a while. So it was getting to the point with the TRD Pro Tundra where the ad revenue wasn't giving me the return to pay that much money for the truck. So I felt like I got to figure something out because I don't want to do this forever. So I started to dig around and find something that might be a little bit cheaper, something that more people out there are driving, like, the SR5 Tundra, because not a lot of people have the TRD Pro out there. There's huge markups on it. And the TRD Pro is fun, but it's pretty much, it is the way it is. There's not many crazy things you could do to it. You could put better tires on it, and you could go insane with lights if you wanted to do, overland stuff like that. But the truck pretty much is what it is. When I started thinking, well, maybe I'll drop down into an SR5, drive what you guys are driving a little bit more, maybe save a little money. I might want to act now while the value is up with these trucks still, because the TRD Pro was still worth a good amount of money. So I use the same salesman all the time. I went to him and asked, how much the Pro is going to be worth, what could I get out of it? I'm not going to trade the truck in unless I could save significant money every month. So I lucked out, because even though I wanted to lower my payment, I still wanted to get into something that I liked and maybe was a little bit different, which is the reason we chose the double cab. Now, normally people would be like, and I've actually heard this 63,000 times in the last 3 weeks, why would you choose a double cab? Why didn't you choose the Crew Max? Here's why. 2 reasons. Number one, let's go personal first. I don't use my back seat a lot. My back seat is for storage stuff. I throw the golf clubs back there, the bowling balls back there. I keep some stuff on me depending on where I am, gloves for work, things like that. I don't use it for passengers, all right? So I didn't really care about the back seat. I wanted to make my payment as low as possible, but still have a good amount of stuff in it to talk about, meaning I didn't want to go SR level so much. I wanted to come off of the TRD Pro, get into an SR5 that's nicely built up, and that's kind of what we did. As far as a channel level, nobody on YouTube has a double cab. No one wants to go anywhere near a double cab because it's not a popular item. For me, I want to show you guys what it's like to live with a double cab. Is it possible to put passengers in the back seat? Is it something I regret long term because I don't have that Crew Max space? I just wanted to show you guys what it was like to have that, because no one was doing that, and I get questions all the time about the double cab. Is it worth it? Because there is a little bit of money off when you do go double cab. So I wanted to show you guys before you spend your hard-earned money. That's the point of the channel for me. I want to save you guys money where I can, and the money you do have, I want you to spend it where you'll be happy and there's no issues. That's all I care about. This whole channel is for you. Trust me, and it has been for 7 years. That's a big reason why I ended up getting the double cab. But I was able to find one that had the cool limited wheels on it, the limited and 1794 TRD wheels. I like the metallic black color, midnight black metallic, and this thing was built up. It was a $57,000 sticker on this truck. It has the big screen in it. It has the Softex leather. It still has a lot of the features from the Pro. I lost the roof. I lost the iForce Max for the iForce. Things that I was like, okay, I'll just deal with it. But when I got into the truck and I started to drive it around, I realized after all these new generation Tundras that I've driven, which I've driven a limited TRD off-road regular iForce, a TRD Pro back in April was a press vehicle, a Capstone, and then I bought the TRD Pro. So those are the 4 that I've driven of the new generation in the last year. When I bought this SR5 double cab TRD off-road, for the first time, I actually felt like this is where I need to be. I fell in love with it instantly. I love the way it drove. It's a fun driving experience. I'm in love with the double cab SR5 that I have. Never want to get rid of it kind of love. I didn't feel that way about the 2022 TRD Pro. Did I like it? Absolutely. Did I like paying the amount of money I was paying for it? Not so much. Did I think I was going to come down into the double cab and love it as much as I do? No. But the driving experience is just a lot different. I like the iForce Max, but with the braking and the battery regen and all that, the brakes feel weird. And sometimes when it was getting up to speed, it felt like the transmission didn't know where it wanted to be. Still a very fast, fun driving experience, but the iForce is a lot more of a smooth driving experience. The double cab always feels more nimble to me, smaller cab. It just always, even last generation, it just feels like it corners better. It doesn't have so much body sway on it. So the driving experience with this truck has been amazing. I absolutely love this truck. I'm not saying that just because I had to make this move. I'm telling you, if I hated it, you would know. There's no reason to tell you something about a truck if I don't feel that way about the truck. It's counterproductive. I made a video the other day about getting in the back seat. I was able to get in the back seat comfortably on the passenger side if the seat is up in the position where, like, say my wife would sit. But in the driving position, how I sit, you can't get behind me. So like I always say with the double cab, as of this point, if you're going to have somebody in the back seat all the time, you may want to consider that Crew Max. If it's someone every once in a while, you could save a couple $1,000s and get the double cab. First step in showing you guys which direction you could go. As far as money saved going from the TRD Pro to the SR5 that we are in now, a month I'm saving from $828 to $609. All right, zero down, straight trade. I didn't put any money down to make this trade. It was zero, just give the keys and the vehicle of the Pro, give me this, I save $200+ a month, and we're down the road. That is, to me, a win-win, because going down to $609, totally cool now. That's down in 2016 TRD Pro payments for me right there, and I'm happy with that, and it's comfortable. So that's the story. At first, I made the move to save the money, and then I was like, all right, let me get something that not a lot of people on YouTube have. Did I expect to fall in love with the truck as much as I have so far? No. What I do is I leave work. I work about under 2 miles away from my house. I could get home in not even 5 minutes. I've been taking these 40-mile drives home just to be in the truck and enjoy it. So I'm having a good time with this truck. It turns out that a move I thought would be one of those moves was a great move. So I'm happy to be in the SR5. I enjoy it very much. Are there things about the Pro that are better than the SR5? Sure. Are there way more options in the Pro than the SR5? I wouldn't say way more options, because this is a nicely built up one. One thing I always say about the SR5 is you could get one with fabric and a smaller screen and not a lot of stuff in it, or you could get one like I have that has pretty much everything in it. Can't get the JBL system in SR5, but this sound system does the job just fine. It's a smaller cab anyway. I haven't noticed really any different. If you forced me to tell you a difference in the sound systems, I'd probably say it has to do with the bass, all right, because this doesn't have the subwoofer like the JBL has, but you can adjust the sound to make it so it is very close. I haven't found the sound to be obnoxious. There's a lot more plastic in the SR5 versus the TRD Pro. The TRD Pro had leather everywhere, soft touch leather everywhere in it, and in the SR5 it is all plastic. Is it creaking, or am I getting wind noise that people were complaining about? I'm not getting any of that so far. There's no rattles, there's no creaks, there's no anything. As the truck ages, we'll see what happens, but maybe, and I hope, they were able to fix some of these issues going into the new model year of 2023 off of 2022, but we shall see. My window seals that people always talk about, the weather stripping on the outside of the windows, no problem. They're seated nicely. They don't look out of place. Just all of the complaints that have been out there for the 2022, I don't have any on the 2023, and I didn't have any on the Pro either. So it's a wait-and-see game on that kind of stuff. But I made the right move for me, and I'm way happier in this than the TRD Pro. Don't ask me why, just being real with you. I am in everything else, we'll say, not with cars, not really. I like less is more, and I feel like with the, the stuff that was in the Pro and is missing from this, I could still get down the road just fine. I mean, this has like heated seats. The other one had heated and cooled seats. The other one had an auto leveling headlight. adjuster that you didn't have to touch it. It took care of itself. This one has the little dial in it, which to be honest with you, I'd rather the dial because even the automatic headlights would still blind people. I can roll mine so the headlights go down and I don't blind anybody. But yeah, overall, just a fantastic experience. I'll keep you updated if I start to hate it or dislike anything. Right now, I really don't have any cons. Yeah, it's tough. I've been trying to really find the cons in the driving experience, which is non-existent. Do I miss that big roll down back window? Certainly. That was always a great part of the Tundra for me with the Crew Max. Do I miss the moonroof? Not really, because to be honest with you, I never used it as much as I thought I would. With the pano roof on the 2022, on the Pro that I had, I probably opened that thing 2 times, and I would force myself to open the shade to at least let the light in. So a moonroof isn't much to me. I'll just roll the windows down, and now I have a little back window and get down the road just fine. But this truck will do the job, and as of right now, couldn't be happier. So I guess everybody won in this one. Question away. I'm sure I got a few waiting for me here. We'll take a sip of this, and then we'll get to that. I'm ready to field anything you got. Hit me. Let's go. All right. Okay, I'm way behind, so let's see. Eric says my first truck was a single cab. You could still fit 3 people in it. Yep. So the cool part about most single cabs is it's like a bench seat. On the Toyota Tundra 07 to 13 single cabs, you could get a bench seat or the 2-seat with the console, depending on the package you got. Pontiac Excitement says, keep up the great work. Very informative channel. Appreciate you, pal. Especially with the name Pontiac in your call sign there. Bubba says, I'm late. Hi, Mark and everyone. How you doing, pal? B. Connolly says, my problem with the idea of saving money on buying the double is that the savings is lost when it's sold, if not more. The good news is it's a lease. So again, for the channel, I lease. It's all a write-off, right? So there really is no money lost because if it was severely undervalued, when I go to trade it in, I would just turn the keys in after 3 years and walk away. So leasing, buying, everybody is on one side or the other. I'm a fan of leasing, especially with the channel. But it gives you options, especially in this weird market we're in. If you pay a massive markup on a vehicle and then everything collapses and the value goes, you're going to be underwater for a very long time. So I always felt like post-COVID, leasing is definitely a very smart option out there. Jason says, does the rear axle chatter over bumps? I hear that with the Crew Max. That's a big negative on that. The only thing I feel with this suspension, because this is the regular Bilstein suspension versus the Fox suspension, is there's certain bumps we have around here. Like there's a bridge where you get up and on it and you kind of like float over the top. The travel is a lot longer. I shouldn't say a lot longer. The travel is longer in the Pro suspension, so the truck would just float over that. This one kind of hops over it a little more, but there is no chatter whatsoever. Justin, what's going on? Eric says, if you're leasing, resale doesn't matter as much. It's already established what the value will be, and with as little as Mark drives, he'll have some equity in it when he goes to trade. Very true on all of that. And keep in mind this too. You don't necessarily have to wait till the end of a lease to get out of a lease. If you drive a vehicle with value, you can trade out of it. You would just be trading for the whole value, not what you owe in the lease. So if you drive something that holds value really well, you can trade out of it early. Please know that. Gilmar says, hey Mark, how many Tundras have you had so far? And out of all those Tundras, which have a place in your heart? What a great question. Now, I'm going to take you through that because I don't know off the top of my head, so let's do this. I had an 07 4.7 SR5 double cab with a column shifter. The thing was base model as can be. I had an 09 5.7 double cab TRD off-road, an 2014 double cab SR5 TRD off-road 5.7, then a 2016 TRD Pro double cab, a 2017 Platinum, a 2020 TRD Pro Army Green, 2022 TRD Pro, and now this. So this is my 8th Tundra. Which one holds a spot in my heart? I loved my 09. My 09 was the 5.7 with the TRD off-road package. It was actually white with a tan interior. It was an ugly interior that got very dirty very quick. It was cloth, but I worked hard for that truck. I ended up putting a mild lift on it and wheels and mud tires, Toyo Open Country mud terrains. and you know, big exhaust on it, Flowmaster 40s, single shocks. Like, I had a lot of fun with that truck. That was back when I used to off-road, when you could really go anywhere you wanted here in New Jersey. Now they're very strict on where you can go. But that truck held a special place in my heart. I would say my 2017 Platinum also, that was one of the original trucks on the channel. We did a big build on that to turn it into a Platinum Pro project. I love that very much. I really did like my Army Green 2020 for sure. I thought that was a nice truck. I didn't think I'd like that as much coming from the Platinum with all the options and the supercharger, but that 2020 5.7 reconfigured V8 engine after they took out the transmission cooler, that was a fun truck to drive. So that'll always hold a special place in my heart. So, and right now I like this one. I think at the end I will say that this one will also be in that category as well because I love it very much. I love all my Tundras. The problem with me is I love Tundras. I love something from each Tundra out there. There's things about the SR that I like. There's things about the Limited, SR5. All of them have things that I love. I go to look at Tundras every week on the lot. I would do that without the camera because I love Tundras, which is why I devoted a good portion of my life to this channel, because I love talking Tundras with you fine people. So they all have some spot in my heart. Like old girlfriends, they always have a piece of your heart, right? Well, not for me, but the Tundras do. So, yeah, that's it. B. Connolly said, with any lease, though, you should be making that choice with strong consideration towards ultimately buying out. Leasing is, perpetuity isn't smart. Just remember, though, in my case, and you know, this isn't going to be the case of the regular consumer, being it with the YouTube channel, it's all a write-off. And it helps me get in and out of trucks when they upgrade them. All right, so I had the 2017, let me give you this for example. I had the 2017 Platinum. We did a lot of work to it. We did a lot of crazy things. In 2018, they came out with Toyota Safety Sense on the Tundra, the new gauge cluster. They started to come out with things that the Tundra didn't have. I didn't buy anything until 2020 when they came out with even more, which was the push-button start, Entune 3.0, the bigger screen, the reconfigured engine. Like, there was things that I waited for to change out of. So 3 years is a good marker because they usually do some kind of refreshes along the way. It's not just trading to trade, because some people were saying when I got rid of the Pro, like, oh, you just love trading cars in. I want you to know this, hate buying cars. Not a fan of it at all. It's a hassle, it's a pain. Call your insurance, set everything up, find the vehicle, get a price you like, haggle. I don't like buying new vehicles. So when I have one, I like to keep it to 3 years. I think that's great. Once again, it's all a write-off for me with the channel. And then we move on to something a little bit newer to stay relevant in what you guys are out there shopping for. And that's the goal. But I feel you. No, lease to own is definitely a great way to go. And it's great in, like I said, a market like this where there's a lot of uncertainty, that at the end, you could just buy the vehicle out and keep going. So it gives you an option to get out if you need. Gilmer says, hey, Mark, from door to door, how much space difference do you notice from the old generation if we're talking double cab to double cab? It can't be much more than, I don't know, maybe, this is a total guess, 5 inches, 6 inches tops. It's not insanely smaller. It's just a little bit smaller, a little bit tighter. Up front, front seats, 100%, just like the Crew Max, no problem. Back seats got to be maybe 6 inches. I'd have to see what the measurement really is. In the double cab of the old generation, you could hop right in and go, no problem. There was plenty of space for everybody's legs. This one, it's a little bit tighter. So one side's no problem if you have the seat up a little bit, but I drive with my seat pretty far back, and that's the problem with that. Tuke says, lease or buy, you're paying either way. $60,000 truck isn't cheap to buy. I've leased, I bought, pros and cons to both. Absolutely, absolutely. Fizz says, what trim package would you prefer on a double cab in years 2014 to 17? I'm looking to buy in that year range to avoid Toyota Safety Sense. You know, in that case, you might want to check out the Limited, because then you could get, you know, a few more options here or there. You bump up into the soft techs. You know, if you could find the TRD Pro, I had a TRD Pro 2016. That was nice, but that was built off of an SR5 platform, so you're not going to get a lot of crazy stuff on the inside as far as luxury. But you will get, you know, that cool suspension, body color all the way around. It really just depends on what you want. You really can't go wrong. SR5 was great in that generation. I've owned SR5, TRD Pro, and my father had a double cab limited. So we had a bunch in there, and all had their pros and cons. But if you wanted to start to get up into the, you know, the soft text leather seats and things like that, you want to go with that limited. Bubba says, I've only had 2 Tundras in 20 years, and that's only because I was stupid and sold my 2001 limited 4x4. And that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. 714 says, hello, sir. Love your channel. I'm new to the Tundra platform. The one feature I want is what? What is the one feature you want? And thank you for joining, and welcome to the Tundra. There are a lot of great features on the Tundra. Tom says, hi, Mark, great channel. I own a 2018 Limited. What would you recommend for all-season tires? I don't do much of any off-roading. I will tell you one thing. Falcon Wild Peaks that are on the new generation Tundra, and a lot of people raved about in the old generation, I'm a fan. I'm actually a fan. They were kind of like the tire that everybody wasn't, like the underdog tire. Everyone was talking BFG KO2s like me. You know, Toyo has a couple great ones, but check out the Falcon Wild Peaks, man. I think you're going to be really happy with those. But I appreciate you watching the channel. Thank you very much. Lift says, totally agree with you on the double cab. I rarely use my back seat for passengers, and I'm looking at a double cab like yours to save money, but still will be satisfied. Yeah, I mean, if you're not going to use the back seat, the double cab to crew max ratio and price, obviously depending on what you're doing with it, you're going to save about $2,000 to $3,000. I mean, that's not a little. That's a good amount of money, especially if you're someone that eventually is going to want to do things to your truck as far as modifications or something along those lines. You save a little money there. You use it on the modifications. So my one thing is I'm not a gigantic fan of the SR5 TRD off-road wheels, which are black with the silver lip around it, and in the 18-inch. I do like the 18-inch package because you get more sidewall on the tire. But I really, and I said this since the beginning of the new generation Tundra, really like the TRD wheel for the Limited in 1794. So the fact that I could get that on my SR5 right out of the factory, high five Toyota, boom, I appreciate it because I love that look. I think that's the best looking wheel from the new generation Tundra for sure. I like the Pro wheel, sure, but this wheel is nice. This is a nice one. Probably one of my favorite Tundra wheels of all time, along with the Rock Warrior. And I really like that 07 to 13 TRD off-road wheel, which is like it's like a silver 5-spoke, but they're like a fat 5-spoke machine silver. So that's my problem. I love all Tundras. I don't know what to tell you. There's pros and cons to all of them, but I love all of them. What's my favorite Tundra of all time? That's hard, but I really do like that Quicksand 2016 TRD Pro. And that's why that grill is on that wall. You know, I passed up on that. I had a deal ready to go. I just had to put my name on it, and I backed out. I chickened out. Should have did it. It was a double cab one too, which I think would look better. That looks better in a double cab because it's a smaller cab. Some of those trucks with those big crazy colors on it, they look interesting. So passed up on that. I believe it was the dealer was in Manassas, Virginia. I think that's where that was happening. I can't remember. That feels right. It was a long time ago. We're not getting any younger, so yeah, forgetting things. All right, let's see where we're at. I'm so behind. Okay. I totally lease a Tundra, but I drive far too much for a leased vehicle. If you plan on keeping it, that doesn't matter. If you plan on turning it back in, they're going to charge you for miles. But a lot of dealerships do this as well. If you're way over your miles, but you agree to buy another vehicle from them or lease another vehicle from them, they'll just wipe it clean and move on down the road and not charge you those extra miles. That's a give and take I've heard about for years. Let's see. Is the Platinum the only one that offers heated and cooled seats? In the new gen, no. You could get heated and cooled down in the Limited and up, including TRD Pro. If you go down to SR5, it's heated seats only. So heated, cooled in the new generation, Limited, 1794, Platinum, Capstone, TRD Pro. There you have it. Now, back in the day, that wasn't the case in the last generation. Maui says, agree with saving money, but crew cab looks so much better. And that's another thing. People always talk about the looks. What looks better? Some like the crew cab better. Some like the double cab better. I could go either way. I don't hate the look of the double cab, but there was a picture that came out when the new gen was about to come out of a red Limited non-TRD double cab, and just the way it was sitting with the wheels that come on the stock Limited without the TRD package. I wasn't a fan of that at all, so I half agree with you. Miguel, how you doing, buddy? Took says, so when do you expect to do your channel full time? My goal is August. I'm going to try August. So hit the like button, tell your friends, watch all the ads, help me out so I can truly do this full time and we could have a good time with it because we will be doing a lot more live streams. You will be bored of me seeing me all the time versus now where I do a live stream every 2 months, which I hate. I want to go back to how it used to be. I was doing 1 to 2 a week back when I was working normal people hours, but I want to devote my entire time to the channel. So I'm excited for it. The 1794 has them in those years too. Oh, if you were asking about the old generation, I apologize. If you're looking heated cooled, it was platinum and 1794 for heated cooled in the old generation. Maui says, do you like the original full-size Toyota truck, the T100? It was interesting. There's one guy around here who has a regular cab with a big bed on it. It's got to be an 8-foot bed. And it's beat up. It's like a hunter green, but that thing is still kicking. So I'm not against it. Chris says, saw a newer Colorado crew cab earlier in the same color as when Toyota first came out with the TRD Pro. That, yeah, the orange, yeah, Inferno. Doesn't look right on the Colorado, belongs on the Tundra. I've seen one of them as well. Sean says, I've owned 4 to 5 SR5s, always good for me. Just bought the 19 Pro, just a bucket list thing, probably getting ready to sell before the money for them goes down. What will you be getting, Sean? That is the question. And stop putting dirt on Bristol. Gilmer says, I have a 2020 TSS. I think the new gen looks okay. Still not ready to get a new gen. I wish they built it with the V8. I think you and 90% of the Tundra faithful wish they built it with the V8. That is 100% the thing everybody talks about. See, I didn't know about the lease vehicles. I've always heard by the end of term, all extra miles over was estimated is out of pocket. Well, you know, you can't be sure. It's not everyone that does that. That would be something that you would want to talk to the dealer you do the deal with up front. But everybody wins when they do that. I've heard it done many a times because they obviously want you to buy another vehicle or lease another vehicle, and you don't want to pay for those extra miles. So one hand washes the other. In and out. Everybody wins. Nick says, just traded my 2012 SR5 double cab for an 18 Limited. Nicest truck I've ever been in. Couldn't be happier. See, I love terms like what Nick just said. He ended it with couldn't be happier. When you spend this kind of money, you do the research, you buy the vehicle, and you get in it and you say things like, I couldn't be happier. There's no better feeling than that in the world. Nothing sucks more than when you buy something expensive and have regret. So Nick, congratulations, my friend. I hope you enjoy every second with that thing. Enjoy. Limited is great. You can't go wrong. One of, if not the best trims. It's that middle of the road trim where you still get that sport feel of the SR5, but you're starting to get up into features like in the Platinum and 1794 in that generation. So enjoy every second with it, buddy. Maui says, I've owned 10 Toyota trucks in the last 20 years. 80s, 90s, brought my first Tundra 7 years ago, by far my favorite. 2008 5.7 4x4 crew cab with front bench seats. Love your channel. Appreciate you very much. 2008 was a very good year for Tundra. People always say those early 07 to 09 Tundras, the 5.7 felt like a beast versus the later years. Could be one of those placebo effects, but a lot of people say that. I leased 3 tacos and always came out good. Very nice. Brad says, after owning an SR5 TRD 0757 Crew Max since brand new, it's been about faultless with almost 300,000 miles. That's awesome. Finally putting it up for sale. I was hoping for a Sequoia, but the market just didn't work out. Brad, do me a favor. Email me, TundraDude34@gmail.com, and mention Brad from the live stream with the 300,000 mile Tundra. Please do that. Thank you, sir. Chris has got to head out now for work. Good to see you. I'll see you in the next live stream. Take care. Good, sir. You as well, my friend. Be safe, be well, and thank you for your continued support. Darcy says, hi, Mark. Awesome channel, as you're the best at giving opinions from different views. I appreciate you very much. I own a 2021 TRD Sport Premium in Midnight Black Metallic. First truck and first Toyota. Extremely happy with it. My friend, you have one of the most sought-after Tundras on the planet. Everybody wanted that 2021 before the new generation came out because, as we were just talking about, there is no V8 in the new generation. So I would hold on to that, take care of it. You got a nice color on it. It's the Sport, so it's got the premium stuff in it. Yeah, high five for that. That's a big victory right there. I hope you enjoy every second with it. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, I hope I'm the one that can help you out with it. I'd love to see a picture. Send me a picture of your truck, TundraDude34@gmail.com. Can't wait to see it. Love to hear people happy with their Tundra. I in no way work for Toyota. I just love the Tundra, and I want you to love the Tundra as well. That is all, my friends. That is all. I'm not a salesman. Nothing. They don't pay me a cent. And you know why? If Toyota came to me and they're like, we want to pay you, I'd be like, nah, because then I can't say what I want. And I want to always be able to say what I want. And that's the way the cookie crumbles, my friends. What movie is that from? Come on, somebody. Pete says, Mark, can you get power seats in the new generation SR5? The answer is yes, my friend. The answer is yes. I think in all SR5s you can get the power seat. I definitely have them in mine. Chris says, no problem at all. I'm a loyal supporter. I've been here forever. For real. Chris has been here for years, so he's a good man. He doesn't even have a Tundra. He's just a good person. We appreciate him. Thank you so much. Adam says, I love my 2016 Tundra, but I changed for a GMC Sierra Denali 2022. What's your thoughts? I'd love to hear your pros and cons of the new vehicle. Random question. Why the number 34 in your channel name? Okay, so I've been a hockey goalie my entire life, and my number has been 34. So when I made the channel name, I just threw the 34 on the end because 34 follows me around everywhere, and that is the only reason. Goalie number forever, and now it will be with me forever, so that's cool. Shorty says, Mark, you're a real dude. Shorty, you're a real dude. And I'm going to do a cheers right now because we're mid-live stream, so if you have a drink, raise it up. It's for a good cause. A cheers to the military and emergency services of the United States and Canada. Thank you for keeping us safe. Thank you for protecting us every single day in the communities and abroad. We love you. God bless. Got to do that. Without them, we don't do things like the TundraDude channel. If you're new to the channel, all those patches behind me there, a little bit on top, my father, a friend of mine, Sam, that died in the towers on 9/11, FDNY, ladder 4. And everyone under that, that is all the viewers of the channel, all of those right there. You guys have sent those in. I appreciate what you do. And this channel will always support the military and emergency services no matter what. So please know that what you do means a lot to me, all of you law enforcement and emergency service and military folks out there. So thank you for keeping us safe and allowing me to do things like this channel. Sean says, not sure if I will be getting another Tundra. Still not sold on the look. Waiting to see the Tacoma and 4Runner. Sean, drive up to New Jersey. Drive mine around for a couple days. You stay in a hotel and then drop it back off and then you make a decision. I'm here to help, pal. What brew are you drinking tonight? We're drinking Miller Lite. Miller Lite. There you go. It's the go-to. What are you drinking tonight? What's everybody drinking tonight? I'd love to know. You having a nice cola? You having a nice little beer, maybe a seltzer? What do you got going on? What's your Friday night looking like out there? Talk to me, Goose. Dwight says, 2 weeks ago, I bought a 2021 1794 in Little Falls, New Jersey, but can't get the grab handle. Sparks Parts says they didn't make it for my truck. Huh? Really? 2 weeks ago, I want to read this one more time because, all right, 2021 1794 in Little Falls, New Jersey, but I can't get the grab handle. Sparks Parts says they didn't make it for my truck. Dwight, do me a favor. Email me, TundraDude34@gmail.com. Let me talk to my Sparks Parts person down there and see why. Because they make one for the second gen. I don't know why 2021 wouldn't be in there. So email me, TundraDude34@gmail.com, so we could figure that one out. I don't know if I'm missing something on that. Bubba got the cheers. 34, just like Toyota's legendary 3.4 V6. I'll take that as well. I'll take that as well. Me with the cheers. I like it. Renegade, good evening, sir. Who's your favorite NHL hockey team? New York Islanders. I'm an Islanders fan. It's out of shot of the camera, but there's a Rock the Barn over there back Nassau Coliseum days, which I truly do miss. I mean, the new arena is beautiful, but I was going to Nassau Coliseum. I was driving 2 to 3 hours 15 times a year. Sitting almost front row every time. I do miss those days. But yeah, that's my favorite. Islanders. What's your favorite? We aren't looking too good right now, but it's not over till it's over, folks. Okay? It's not over till it's over. Islanders all the way. Let's go. Pete says, thank you for always supporting the troops. 16 years, active duty Army. I appreciate you for doing what you do for our great country. So don't thank me. Thank you, sir. Thank you for putting yourself on the line for this country, because that means the world. All right? So please know that. Very much appreciate it. Is that a 1794 office chair? This is a 1794 2022 seat that I turned into an office chair. I put some wheels on the bottom of it, so I wanted to make it authentic. I mean, we're going to have the grill in the background. We're going to sit in a very comfortable 1794 seat. You got to make it all the way, right? And I got to tell you, just as we're sitting in it, the bolstering's fantastic. It is a very comfortable seat. I think the new gen Tundra seat is absolutely amazing. Maui says, served 2 tours, Iraq, then Afghanistan. Cheers. Now that is getting an absolute cheers right there for Maui. Cheers. Thank you so much for doing what you did. That was not easy stuff over there. So cheers, buddy. I really appreciate you. That's for Maui right there, baby. Michael has donated $10 to the channel. I thank you very much, sir. Means a lot. I thank you for the support. And yeah, we're going to make this channel happen full time. This is going to be my gig. I'm going to look with you guys all the time. We're going to sit here. We're going to talk about trucks. We're going to have a drink or two together. It's going to be fun. So here's to a good future. Michael, thank you for the $10 start. I appreciate you very much, my friend. Very much. Maui says, Bikini Blonde Pale Ale from Maui Brewing Company. All right. See, I'm weak when it comes to beverages. Give me a nice Miller Lite, and I'm good to go. When I start getting up into the hoppy stuff, no bueno. But I'd be happy to try the Maui. Why not? Oh, Penguins. Oh, you must be so disappointed this season. Bring back Lemieux, huh? Eric says, seems like several parts don't cross over with 2021. That's so weird. I got to look into that. Sean says, here's to you, Maui, bro. There you go. I like that. I like that. Andrew says, will you be getting a press vehicle for the new Tacoma? Yeah, I'll get a new press, or get the press vehicle for the new Tacoma once they come out. And then you got to wait for like Motor Trend and, you know, all those big magazines to get it. I'm very low on the totem pole. So, you know, when the time comes, I'll absolutely do it. Now, let me ask you guys a question real quick. So we're 47 minutes into this live stream. Am I having another beverage here or what? Tell me right now. Should I open a new one? Are you going to hang out with me for another beverage, or should I not? It's up to you. You guys are making the decision right now. So thumbs up if we're opening up a new one. What are we doing? You make the call. This isn't Tacoma Dude 34. Yeah, I still want to drive the thing. I'm never going to be Tacoma Dude. Trust me. So Bubba's thumbs up. Eric is saying more, absolutely. So I'm waiting to see. It's not enough. Sean's going to open one too. It looks like, I don't know your name. We're going to say your name's Greg. Says absolutely. Nick's laughing. No bourbon for me, sir. No, you wouldn't like me on bourbon because I'd go into mode. I'm just not meant for that kind of stuff. Give me the light beer. I'm good. Robo, negative on that, Brad. Not a chance, my friend. So let's open her up. Delicious. Delicious. I don't know if you guys have seen this. I have it with me all the time. It's a TundraDude34 mug. So get that nice pour going here. And have a delicious beer here. I appreciate you guys sticking around with me. The live stream went pretty quick because we were talking about the old double cab sitting in the driveway there. So why not stay on for a little longer? Hey, when in Rome. Cheers to everyone out there. Absolutely. Thank you for spending your Friday night with me. This just shows you're old when you're, Friday night, you're sitting inside watching some guy on YouTube talk about Tundras. So, but hey, I appreciate every minute of it. Thank you very much. If you don't mind, hit that like button. Help a bro out. Let's show some of these people these live streams. The like button certainly does help. So I thank everyone who has hit one so far. And if you'd like to hit the like button again, why not? All right, now where am I? I'm sipping on absinthe, so my spelling is about to take a hit. Dude, you're crazy. Crazy. Brad's laughing. Eric says, filling mine now. Fist, love it. Maui says, cracking open a second one. Cheers to you as well, good sir. Darcy says, Mark, I'm a Canucks fan, as you now have our former captain. And yep, yes we do. I hope he adds to the success of your Islanders. I will definitely email you pics. My 2021 is a Crew Max. I can't wait to see it. I bet you miss people like Kirk McLean and Trevor Linden and Pavel Bure. I remember when the Canucks were going hard at the Rangers in '94. That was one of the best Stanley Cup finals ever. That was when the Canucks were fun. Greg Babich, Greg Adams. Wow, you had some players on. Tim Hunter. Oh, Tim Hunter. Yeah. Canucks, baby. Shorty says, I'm going to the fridge now and getting a cold one. I like that. Eric says, got 2 car seats in my 2021 Pro. And that, my friend, is why you need the Crew Max. Sean says, my wife said the same thing, you're old. Oh, yeah. This is old, folks. This is it. Eric says, in unrelated news, hold on. Well, everyone knew that was going to happen. The VP of marketing of Bud Light took a leave of absence from the company today. Yeah, leave of absence turns into a fire, I would think. Bobby says, the mug is awesome. Mark, have you considered a line of TundraDude34 gear? I do have some stuff already. If you go below this video, you'll see a Teespring link. If you hit that link, there's a bunch on there. For some reason on YouTube, it only pops up a couple, but there is a bunch on the Teespring TundraDude34 section. Feel free. Have at it. I would definitely appreciate it. Oh, you got 2 car seats in your 2021 Pro double cab. Oh, I don't think you'd have a problem with the car seat in the new one either. 2021 Pro double cab, you should hold on to that forever. That is going to be the truck everybody tries to get. Thomas says, water with lemon, LOL, I'll email you. And you have a patch for the wall from the time as a chaplain at Ground Zero. I would be honored to have you up top. I don't know if you could tell all those right there. This is my buddy Sam who died in 9/11 right there in the towers. So that's the FDNY patch. This is the Ladder 4, Midtown, never miss an appearance. They have all the cool stuff there, but those are his patches up there. Then my father's are right here because he was a police sergeant and a Vietnam vet. Actually, that hat up top there is my father's, and the one down here is a viewer. So, you know, I'm happy to show off your patches from around the world. So that's pretty cool. Thank you very much. I look forward to your email. Brad says, dilly dilly to the VP. They used to have some great marketing. Bud has always had the best marketing. I don't know what happened. Clip Show, how you doing? Darcy says, I still have the t-shirt of the Rangers Canucks playoffs. Border Battle was the title. Yes. It was a great series. Ooh, great series. Could have went a lot different of a way. If I remember correctly, in games 3 and 4 in Vancouver, the Canucks were letting up some weak goals. I remember Steve Larmer scoring from like center ice right by McLean a couple times, a couple fluke goals there. But that series could have been completely different. Other than that, all the other games were super competitive. Richter stopping Bure on the penalty shot. That was awesome. That was a great series. Islanders just scored 2-1, 4:12 left in the third. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We need that win. And then the momentum changes. They lost an OT the other day. It's playoff time, man. Hockey playoffs, nothing better in the world. Shorty says, Mark, have you decided to go full-time with the channel? Yes, I have, and it will be coming this summer, it looks like, is when we're going to do it. We're taking the leap. Full-time on the channel. Can't wait to do it for all of you. Should be fun. Should be a good time. Will definitely add to my stress, but I think it's stress that it's time to take. May 24th, I believe, the channel will be 7 years old. So it's time to give it my 100% attention. And I'm really looking forward to doing that. So just watch the videos and hit the like button and tell your friends. Subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. And we will do just fine. Bubba says, I broke down and put a ranch hand grill guard on my 16 Pro. Just too many close calls with deer this year. Deer are crazy this year. So I feel you on that one, buddy. Eric says, Islanders just scored again. It's 3-1. Could lock that one up there, baby. Robo has donated $10 to the channel. Thank you very much, sir. I very much appreciate it. He said, I'm looking for a Tundra. Give me your no kidding 2 top picks. Trust your judgment. I'd be happy to, but you need to tell me what generation, and then I will take care of the rest. But I thank you for the $10 donation. I appreciate it very much. I have YouTube Red and don't see commercials. Do you have a monthly option for us to support your channel? I have a monthly option that I don't use called memberships, and I've never put it on because I never wanted to burden you guys with extra stuff like that. That's why I suck at YouTube, by the way. Just being real, because I don't pander. Like a lot of YouTube channels I watch, they're always asking for money, and I'm just not that type of dude. And it's probably a stupid pride thing. And at this point, I guess I should be, but I suck at it, man. I really do. But I haven't turned memberships on, so I don't have that. I guess what we could do if you wanted to help out, which I totally appreciate it, when we do these live streams, just donate there. But I got to get better at asking for money, I guess, because, man, if you look back at all my videos, I'm terrible at it because I never do it. So I'm just happy you're here. I'm just happy you're here, seriously. All right, so Robo said second or third. All right, if I'm being real with you, I'm going to give you a few. So let me say your question for everybody here. Robo is looking for a new Tundra and wants a few picks on what I think are some of the best ones to look for. If you could get your hands on a 2020 or 2021 TRD Pro, definitely do that. If you could get your hands on a 14 to 17 middle to high trim Tundra like a Platinum 1794 Limited, that's a good one too. 2018 was when they came out with Toyota Safety Sense, so maybe you don't want to hit that 2018, 2019. There were some glitches and bugs there, but a lot of people don't have a problem with that anymore. They did fix a lot of that, but that 15 to 17 will save you a lot of money. Now that's that second generation. In the new generation, I feel like you can't go wrong with the SR5 because you could build the thing up so much now. TRD Off-Road is always my flavor, but they have TRD Sport, and you could go up into the Limited and stuff. But for the features that I'm seeing in the SR5, biggest bang for your buck for someone that doesn't want to spend $80,000. So I would check out the SR5. TRD Sport definitely has the looks for a great price. Again, I really like the TRD Off-Road because I always have. That's always been the go-to package for me when I went SR5. Because this here is my fourth SR5. So I hope that helps. If you have any further questions and you want to deep dive and ask a bunch of questions, TundraDude34@gmail.com. I'm here for you, man. I want you to be happy. Pete says, Mark, the previous generation Tundra TRD Sport 4x4 is about $3,000 to $5,000 more than its MSRP for 2021. Do you think it's worth it? Are you talking about with markups? Because it's pretty crazy that they're doing that. But I really did like the TRD Sport, especially 2020 and 2021. Because you got the push-button start, you got the Entune 3.0, you got the app you could use with it. They had to reconfigure the engine. Don't forget that after the transmission cooler came out. So I always feel like the 2020 and 2021 engines just felt a little bit more peppy. But Robo, so we answered that for Robo. Shorty has donated $10 to the channel. I appreciate you very much. Very, very much there. That's very nice of you. You guys are awesome. And with donations like this, doing the channel full time will not be a problem. So, but again, if you subscribe, tell your friends, hit the like button. That helps out a ton. Just you being here means the world to me, and I really appreciate it. So a cheers to all of you. Thank you very much. Thank you. Keeping me afloat after 7 years. And that's what's fun about these live streams. I've been saying this for a long time. It's like we're sitting at a big table right now, couple drinks, just hanging out. Just hanging out. I like to communicate with you guys, whether it be we're talking hockey, trucks, whatever you want. That's what these are for. I try to answer every single question. I appreciate your honesty and love your views on Tundras. I'm going to call you the peanut butter because you're the PB. I appreciate you very much for being here, and I thank you for watching. I do love me some Tundra, and I love to be able to talk Tundra with you guys for sure. So thank you very much for being here. Curtis says, Mark, you talk about SR5 Limited, Platinum, and so on. I bought a 2020 Tundra in white, and I took off all the chrome emblems. I noticed the truck had SR5 and Limited emblems on it. Why is that? Huh. So you bought a 2020 Tundra in white, and you took off all the chrome emblems. I noticed the truck had SR5 and Limited emblems. Why is that? Shouldn't it be one or yeah, it should be one or the other. That's weird. Do you have any pictures of that? I'd love show me the picture of your truck too. Did you buy it used? I'm trying to see if something went on here. That's weird. Shorty says, Mark, you are wrong. I watch everyone. You are real and don't push all the BS. This is why I love you and your channel. Well, I love you too, pal. And it's you know, there's some great guys out there. Great guys talking Tundras, great guys talking trucks, cars, just a lot of good people. But I am happy you are here hanging out with me. And even with what's going on with doing the channel full time, I still don't think I'll be sitting here asking you guys for money because I'm just not that guy. I don't know. That's going to be a hard change for me because I've never been that dude. Let's see. Joe's smoking, watching hockey. Sounds like a good night, my friend. Sounds like a real good night. We're having a cold one over here. Bobby has donated $20 to the channel. Bobby, I appreciate you, buddy. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for donating. And man, I don't know, you guys are very generous tonight, and you have no idea. This is not just me saying I appreciate it. No, I appreciate it. So a cheers to all of you once again. Once again. Very nice of you all to do that. Very nice. 18-month wait in Canada. Yeah, actually, I saw your comment earlier. I did a video on VTEC's truck, which is a person from Instagram who has a super... If you haven't seen that video that I made yesterday, go check it out. His 2022 is completely built up into pretty much everything you could do to a Tundra. You really got to go check it out and see just all the possibilities out there. But he waited 5 weeks for his Tundra, and I saw Joe put it's an 18-month wait in Canada. Canada is always a little bit behind because of how they allocate their trucks out, but 18 months is insane. Fizz says, I plan to burden you with Tundra questions, so burden us with payment options. I feel like I could use a Tundra Dude hoodie, just saying. Well, I appreciate that, and you could ask me questions as long as you want. I genuinely enjoy answering them. It's just like when I go and walk the dealerships and see all these Tundras, I'll walk in and see 5 SR5s, no problem. I don't mind walking them at all. I could find weird things all over the place on SR5s. Old gen, new gen. If you watch some of my dealership walk videos, I do things what I like to call Easter eggs and show you things you may not know about the Tundra. Stupid little things that won't make any difference to you when you're buying one, but maybe you're walking there with your wife and you go, honey, did you know that 1794 Platinum and Capstone are the only new gen Tundras that actually say the name down on the bottom of the driver doors? And she's going to say, you know what, I didn't know that. And you're going to look like a cool guy there for a minute. Happy to help, Let's see. Oh, and if you want that hoodie, it is available on my Teespring. There are TundraDude34 hoodies there for sure. Just saying. Bobby says, you're the man, especially appreciate your dealership walks. I love doing the dealership walks, and they will never stop. Every Sunday, as long as there's something to walk, there will be one. I did a dealership walk today. I don't know if you saw the video I put up earlier today. And I did it today because there was a Solar Octane there. And I knew that thing wouldn't last till Sunday, so I wanted to make sure we walked that truck. I only saw 1 or 2 other Solar Octanes around October last year. So that was definitely worth the walk. But I thank you for checking those out. Those are by far my favorite videos to make. I want you to know that up front. Because once again, camera or no camera, I go to the dealerships on Sundays. So to be able to do it with you guys being there and commenting on it, that's amazing. That's a lot of fun. We still need to try to do a meet. So Sean has been around the channel for a long time. Who would be interested in a TundraDude34 meet if we could figure out a neutral place? Would anybody come to that meet? That's what we need to know. Sean, being you're one of my moderators, I'm putting this on you, buddy. You're going to have to help me set this thing up. Darcy has donated $22 to the channel. Darcy, I appreciate you, buddy. You guys are awesome, and I thank you very much for that donation. Very much, very much, very much appreciated. So we're going to cheers Darcy. Big cheers to you, my friend. You guys are in a good mood tonight, and I appreciate that. I'm also in a good mood tonight. We're having some fun here. Robo has donated $20 more to the channel. What a guy. You're giving away all your new paycheck money, dude. It's Friday. Don't waste it all on me. Thanks, bro. Please repeat the recommendation. Sorry, I was taking another sip. No problem. So here's what we're going to go with. I'm going to give you a few here. If you go 14 to 17, There is no Toyota safety sense in 14 to 17. I think the sweet spot there is the 16 to 17 because then you get that 36-gallon tank. Limited is probably the way to go. If you could get your hands on a TRD Pro, that's definitely awesome because you're going to get all those options out there. So if you go that generation, second gen 16, 17 would be the way to go there. If you want to come up and get something into the later generations, I would say like a 2021 Limited or a 2021 1794 would be a great way to go. Last year, the V8, it has the push-button start. It has M2 3.0, bigger screen, all the modern stuff, but still with that V8 engine. So you get the app that you can, you could start the truck, all that stuff. So you have those options there. If you go into the new gen, I think the biggest bang for your buck is the SR5 because you can really get that SR5 the way you want it. If you want it a little bit cheaper, you don't have to put all the options in it. If you want to build it up, you can build it up big time. TRD Off-Road, TRD Sport is available. If you like the look on the outside of no chrome and just all body color, TRD Sport's the way to go. Maybe SX, it'll save you even more money. But the SR5 is definitely the way to go in the new gen to keep the cost down. If you have millions of dollars and you don't care about anything, go get that TRD Pro, go get that Platinum 1794. But if you want to keep the cost down and still have a lot of options, sweet spot, SR5 all day. But if you need the moonroof, you got to go limited. So I hope that helps you. Eric says the Islanders are up 5-1. They scored 4 goals in 2 minutes and 17 seconds. The series will now be 2-1. Ladies and gentlemen, that is a good thing. Tundra NC is Coronas. He's on Coronas. I'm on Miller Lite. We're having a good day. Joe says Islanders are on borrowed time regardless. I'm looking for a Cinderella comeback, and then we take on Boston. We'll take it. We'll do it. It's going to be one of them years, you know? Camper says, didn't expect to see this tonight. Camper, I'm glad you're here, buddy. I'm glad you're here. We're out here doing it. That truck you showed yesterday was sick. Way more thought than I thought would have. You said thought like 3 times. Hold on. Okay. Way more than I thought to do. Okay, I don't know what you mean there, but it had a lot on it for sure. New York says, I'm definitely interested. Cool. Eric says, finals, Islanders 5, Hurricanes 1. I like that. That's a good night. Good momentum. That wasn't a 2-1 score. 5-1, baby. Let's go. Camper says, I've been sick since last night. Better, but not great. I hope you're relaxing and feeling just a little bit better, my friend. Just hang out. Thanks for being here, though. That's awesome. Still following around the hockey team? Beverly says, thanks for all you do. Hey, thanks for watching. All I do is want to talk Tundras with you guys. That's all I want to do. I want to sit here and talk about grills. We're talking about headlights, wheels, tires, options. That's what's fun for me. Some people like to go to football games. I like to talk Tundras with you guys on my iPad. So I thank you. I mean, I like golf too, bowler, but I like to work out. But this is by far the most fun. I wish you guys could all hang out with me here, kick the grill going, make some burgers, couple beers, be a good time. Gilmer says, hey, Mark, if you have any influence with Toyota designers, tell them to make a single cab short bed. I am friends with Mike Swears, just, over the years and stuff, but I don't think they'll do that. I don't have any kind of influence like that. But I appreciate it that you think I do, and I would love it if they did that because I would buy one tomorrow. Nathan says, probably been asked this 100 times, but if you're not buying a Tundra or Toyota, what make or model would you be most likely to buy? Love the channel. I like that question. I do get that question quite a few times. Let's see. No Toyota, no Tundra. I don't know. I do like the Ram. I like the Ram Rebel. That has always had a sweet spot in my heart. If you wanted me to go down into the mid-size a little bit, that ZR2 Colorado is nice. I'm a truck guy. I don't really care about cars too much. But if you were forcing me into a car, see, that's where I would go Toyota because I really like the Camry XS EV6. I'm all Toyota, man. This is very tough for me. But to answer your question, we'll say a Ram Rebel. How's that? Let's see. Probably seen it 100 times. I'm lost here. Okay, so I was just there. Beverly says, in Canada, we have way less option choices in the Tundra. It is very limited. We were just actually talking about that earlier in the live stream, how you guys are kind of pretty much this is what you get. And that's a shame. And the embargo laws with the United States and Canada to get a Tundra over the border is probably a real pain in the butt, too. So, you know, I hope you guys get more options. I think the best thing you could do in Canada is get a good relationship with a salesman in a dealership so that when their allocation comes in, you could get your name on something right away. But I think everybody's doing that because it sounds like there's a gigantic wait, as per Joe, in Canada right now. How much do I bench? If there's no one around, if it's just me doing it and I'm doing casual benching, it's a little over 200. If there's somebody around, I'll start pushing it. And when I say somebody around, I mean a spotter, because you know, I don't want to break anything, or I don't want to have a situation where I'm getting choked out by the Olympic bar that I use. So that's usually it. I like to do. I'll start out with about 135, and I'll max that out to failure, and then I'll keep going up, and then I'll go up till I can't go up anymore, and then I'll come back down like a triangle, or a pyramid, they call it. That's always fun for me, and I like to change it up a lot. So yeah, happy to be back. Thank you. Yeah, I took a little time off from lifting, and I went back into running for a few years, but started lifting again in February, and I'm obsessed with it again. I was obsessed with it then. I just kept getting injured. So now that I'll have all the time in the world to do TundraDude and work out full time, this will be, I might get a little jacked, which would be cool. Got to eat better, though. My eating is still not where it needs to be. Let's see. Camper says, just checked on my team playing tonight. Second round of the playoffs. Won Wednesday, losing so far tonight, 1 period left. Well, I hope they turn it around for sure. Andrew has donated $5 to the channel. I appreciate you. Fave color to the fave color of a Tundra, only one. Quicksand. No problem. Right there. Forcing me to make a decision, just one. Thank you for the $5 donation, Andrew. Quicksand is my favorite color. I can't talk. Color on the Tundra, for sure. And that is why that is behind me, because I regret not getting that. So if you guys are ever feeling generous out there and you want to buy me something, there you go. Quicksand TRD Pro double cab. I appreciate you. That is honestly something I very much regret not getting. Scott says F-150 if it wasn't a Tundra. I mean, there's a lot of options for F-150 out there as well. Camper says, been going when I can to the games. Awesome when some poor old boy gets checked in the glass right at your seat. That is awesome. Darcy says, keep up the awesome channel, Mark, as you are as real gets. I appreciate you. No one else compares to your honesty and down-to-earth opinion. Your channel is truly fun and real. Darcy, I really appreciate your kind words. Thank you very much. What's the point of not being real? You know? For instance, when I had my issue with, yeah, this pro's getting too much, why not get you guys involved? I could have just did that with nothing, but I want you guys to see what's up. And I want you to know everything that's going on. But thank you very much. It's been a pleasure. Absolutely. Sean says, too many natty lights for me tonight. Just a lot on that truck I wouldn't have thought of. There you go. Yeah. There is a lot on that truck, but that is when I saw that truck, he tagged me in a post on Instagram. This is how it all started. When I saw that truck, I instantly messaged him and I was like, dude, can I make a feature video on your truck? People need to see this because it's a new generation that's completely built up. All right. Overland ready all day long. It's beautiful. I wanted to show the masses. The minute I saw that, I was like, people need to see this. Here's why. Because I don't think a lot of these brands are talking about what you can do with that new gen Tundra enough as far as aftermarket upgrades. There are so many overland and off-roading folks out there. That truck can show you as far as you can go. You don't have to go all the way, but that shows you all the options that are already available aftermarket for the new gen Tundra, with more to come. When I saw the truck, I was like, oh my God, there's that much stuff out for the new gen already? Had to make that video, and I appreciate VTech for allowing it. And I hope it brings him some subs over to his Instagram, and I know he's on TikTok and stuff too. But his truck looks awesome, and I'm going to ask him to keep up with me. It was a TRD Sport when it started. It is way better than a TRD Sport now. So, VTech, if you're ever watching this, I appreciate you very much. Beautiful truck. Gilmore says, and Mark, what do you think about the prices on the used TRD Pro 2nd Gen? The prices are still insane. They're still insane out there. Yeah, I don't know. If you could find one at a good price, definitely get one. It's all going to depend on that mileage. Don't forget, the 5.7 V8 can go a very, very long time. You take care of it. I mean, there's million-mile 5.7s out there now. the thing could take a beating. So if you're finding one for 30,000, 40,000 miles on it, even if you have to pay a little more up front, the truck's going to last a long time if you take care of it. So it might be an expense here, but you know what? It's going to pay itself right off because it's a 5.7 V8. Legendary engine. I should carry this with me. I should just sit with this all night, right? I'm going to put this on the wall. It's just a 5.7 V8 cover. Nothing more. I was going to hang it on the wall somewhere behind me, maybe somewhere over here way in the back. But, yeah, great engine. We miss it. But you know what? It had a good run. 07 to 2021. We miss you. All right, back at it. Bobby says, camper, try a little ginseng and Cavassier. That'll bring you back. Wow. Any big changes for the 2024 model, Scott asked. I haven't heard anything about the 2024 model at all. Do I think there'll be changes? You might see little small things, hopefully. This is totally out of left field, but put some tow hooks on it. Put some tow hooks on the truck and make it an option that could be retrofitted onto the 2022 and 2023, and I'm happy. I like the iForce. I like the iForce Max. It's a shame they don't have a V8, but these engines put out a lot of power. But give me those tow hooks. And the minute I hear of any rumors of any kind of stuff coming to the new to the 2024, I will let you know. But I think it'll just be not even a refresh, just maybe a thing added here or there, and that's it. Julio says, Mark, I admire your work, brother, and I'm so happy I'm part of the Toyota movement. Keep up the good work. I appreciate you, Julio. That's very, very nice of you, sir. And you're getting a cheers for that. So thank you very much. I'm happy you're all here. Beverly says 9 to 12 months wait here in Canada. Been waiting since November and no news, no build code, nothing. I keep checking in, but nothing. That's a shame. That's crazy. Riley says, hey, Mark, I have a question about the bed mat. Does it scrunch up when loading heavy and dragging heavy items into the bed? What did I put in there on the Pro? Right before I got rid of the Pro, I helped move a couple dressers and it did not scrunch up. I guess what I can do, if it helps you, is one of these days I could go out there with something heavy and try to make it scrunch up, basically putting it to the test. But it does sit really flat, and those little rubber knobs on the bottom hold it down nice. I'm sure at some weight it would scrunch up, but for me, I haven't had that issue at all. But I could go super heavy and let you know. Caleb says, my lease on my 2019 SR5 CrewMax TRD Off-Road ends next month. Since you've had both gens, should I keep the 2019 or upgrade to the new gen? Caleb, very hard question to answer because there are people who love the new gen and people who hate it. I will tell you one thing to do, and this is absolutely the best advice I could give you. You go test drive that new generation Tundra and you see if you like it. It feels very different compared to the new to the old generation. So get in it. Drive it around a little. Don't just go up the block and back. Like literally take it around a little. The salesman won't mind because you're probably going to buy a new truck anyway. And see if you like it. Because it's very hard to tell you yay or nay. For me, the old gen felt more like an old school pickup truck. Like your, leaf springs, pickup truck, heavy, all over the road a little bit, body sway, brake dive, that kind of stuff. New gen, it don't feel like that at all, my friend. Doesn't feel like that at all. So I strongly suggest you go and test drive it before making the purchase or making the call. But definitely test drive it and then get back to me because I want to know what you think. Zemo says, fuel economy Tundra hybrid versus non-hybrid Tundra. My hybrid was getting 13.9. My truck now is 16.3, but it's still very new. But it is up a little bit. What year did Tundra stop using a column shifter? Up to 2021. You could get the SR5 CrewMax with the column shifter and the SR5 double cab with the column shifter. It just depends on the package. I mean, the column shifter is in the low SR5 packages. So they went all the way to 2021. You will not see column shifters in new generation Tundras whatsoever. Camper says, need to do the brakes on my truck. Tired of sounding like a bus stopping. I hear that. Still in the same prices and no stock. What gives by now? I would think stock would be better. I know Toyota is still having a chip issue, and I could just tell you the fact that when you buy new Tundras or new cars or anything from Toyota, they now only give you one key. You get one fob, and then in the fob is like the little physical key. They give you one fob and two of those keys, but you don't just get two fobs anymore. And the problem is, versus like some of the other brands out there, Toyota has to have all of this stuff for the Camrys and the Corollas and the RAV4s and the big sellers. So that's why you're not really seeing that inventory, right? They're kind of picking and choosing where they go and what they do, you know, with their chip options out there. So it's crazy. Darcy says, I have one question for you, Mark. If you did it all over again, would you supercharge your Tundra? I'm contemplating a supercharger after the 7-year extended warranty is up. I would. I had a good time with that supercharger. Didn't really have any issues. The pulley kept squeaking. Had to have that changed out with a new belt. But overall, that was insane. And that was an insane amount of power. And if you have the means, it's definitely something to check out for sure. And they give you a little warranty with it too. Just make sure you ask a lot of questions. If you go Magnuson, Harrop has one out there. There's a lot of options. But I've heard nothing but good things from people with superchargers, and my experience was great as well. So yes, I would totally do that again. That was a hell of a ride. Wayne says, how tall are you? No lies. Do you fit the Tundra? Well, I have a video out there. You could go look at it. It's called, Is It Practical? Maybe about a week and a half ago. I'm 6 foot. Did I fit? Yes, I fit. In the passenger seat, as you will see in the video. Was it comfortable sitting there? Yeah, it wasn't uncomfortable. Is it something I'd want to drive into North Carolina in the backseat? Probably not. But it wasn't insane. Again, you will see in the video, sitting behind me, as far as I put my seat back, no bueno. So go check that video out, Wayne. Wayne Campbell. Camper says, I think it is something I ate. Not a good time to get sick. 2 surgeries coming in early May, and then things get back to normal. Okay, good. Well, I know. Food poisoning, not fun. Gilmer says, hey, Mark, I'm not near to switch my 2020 Tundra, but I will definitely watch your videos and support. Your videos help me to get into my Tundra, and I love it. Well, there'll be plenty of videos on the old generation Tundras, too. I put those in there as well. It's all Tundra all the time. It's not just all new Tundra. All day, Gilmore, all day. And you should keep your 2020 for a very long time. Duff says, just bought my first Tundra, 2016 Limited Crew Max. Amazing choice. 110,000 miles, private party, paid $27K. Thought it was a good price. It was a great price. For today's standards especially. And the 2016 Limited Crew Max, you can't go wrong. It's before Toyota Safety Sense. It's before all the nannies, as people say. And the Limited gives you a lot of options. It's a Crew Max, which means it has a JBL in it. Did you get the moonroof with it? Because that's not standard, but it comes in a lot of them. But nice pickup, dude. Eric says, do you remember what the 2020 Tundra gas mileage was? 15.5 was my average over the time with it. 15.5. And it bounced between that and like 15.8. But when I did the pump to pumps, that's what I was always getting. Camper says, I've seen another con with the keyless ignition. Thieves walk up to your front door with a device, get the signal code from your key inside, then walk to your car and take it. That's wild. That is crazy. Just technology is just so insane. Hey, you remember Terminator 2? Remember when they were talking about how the machines were going to take over and we all laughed at it? The machines are taking over. Terminator 2 was not a lie. It was a prophecy. Remember the guy, the dude who worked at Skylab? That, you know, he was sitting there before the building blows up and he's like, huh, 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 and he let go of the trigger. Boom! Blew up Skylab, Skynet. Didn't matter. The machines are still here. It was real. Arnold, it was real. Party on, Wayne. T2 is coming, yes. There's a car around here made up to look just like Garth's car in those movies. I love it. The Mirthmobile. Bobby B says, your transparency and honesty regarding the decision to get rid of the TRD for the SR5 crew cab was invaluable and refreshing, albeit therapeutic, from one patriot to another. Thank you. Yes, sir. I appreciate you very much. Well, I'm not going to sit there and lie to you on why I did it. It was making me go broke. I love the Pro. It was fine. With black with the red interior, it was awesome. Did I think I would like this more than the Pro? No. Do I like it more than the Pro? Oh, yes. Very much more than the Pro. Don't ask me why or how. I just love this thing. I love this thing. And this just shows you I'm going to be in SR5s from now on. Even when I trade out, SR5s are the way to go. All you guys have SR5s. I want to have SR5s too. I've driven high-end Tundras, and a lot of times the press fleet, the trucks I'm able to review for a week that Toyota gives me, they're all high-end Tundras anyway. So a week with them is fine, and I'll just own an SR5 and be as happy as can be. This is the working man's truck, and I want to be in it because I unload trucks for a living, so I am a working man. T2 is definitely coming. Yes, got the moonroof, one owner truck. Thanks for the videos. Oh, dude, you got the score then, dude. You have a nice truck. Take care of it. Change the oil. Tune-ups. Keep that thing going. 110 ain't nothing for a Tundra. So just make sure you stay on top of it and you'll be all set. Good as gold. All right, taking another sip here. We're finishing another one. Cheers to all of you out there. All right, I got a question. There's 48 of you on here now. If you just signed on, please hit the like button. Now, this is the most important question of the night. Will we be having another one? Should I fill that glass again? You got to give me the thumbs up if you want it to happen, or are we done with this live stream? You're making the call right now. We're 85 minutes in. The donations are at $92. Thank you very much for the donations. That is very, very nice of all of you. I really appreciate it. Your support of the channel means a lot to me. So thank you for being here. Thank you for the donations. That's insane. And everybody is saying yes to another cold one. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it. You know why we're going to do it? Because this is number 3, right? Do it for Dale. You got to do it for Dale. We miss you, Dale. Camper, you just have yourself a nice cold soda, buddy. Nice cold soda, and enjoy it with us. So we're filling another one, and we're going to talk through another one. And yeah, and it'll be a fun live stream. We're having some fun here. Let's stay with it. We're going a little longer. I usually like to go an hour on the live stream. I figured I owe you this because I haven't done one of these in a long time. So yeah, all right, we got started. It's a new glass. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, a cheers to the military and emergency services of the United States and Canada. Thank you for protecting us. Thank you for everything you do. God bless America. Save America. Cheers to all of you. All right. And we continue on. Those heroes that keep us going every day, that keep our community safe. The military that keeps us safe abroad and here at home. Can't ask for better people than that. There is no better people than that, I'm telling you. I am one of those people that walks up to cops and says, hey, thanks for your work every day. And they look at you like, thank you. Because I would think nobody says that to anyone, and that's a shame. Firemen, hey, thanks for all you do. Got to do it. Got to appreciate people. We don't appreciate people enough anymore. We got to be more kind to other people. So appreciate the people that are keeping your community safe. Because without them, who knows? Not good. Let's see. So, gotta find this. Bobby B says T1000 will prevail. I hope not. I mean, he put him in the liquid metal. He's done, you know? But the T1000 was pretty awesome. Aluminum metal alloy. Camper Mike says city drive in the mountains around here and towing a camper, I say, is why I need brakes at 54,000. Someone tried to tell me I didn't already. Told them we'll go look at them. I mean, if you're towing and you got mountains, sure, they tell you this is when you should change your brakes, but, you know, conditions do matter, of course. Bubba with the thumbs up. Paul says yes, absolutely. AT says yes. Darcy says, hi, Mark. I really needed to hear your comments in regards to my 2021 TRD Sport Premium Crew Max. I have to part with either the Tundra or my 06 AMG E55. You greatly helped my decision. Thank you. Yeah, bye-bye, AMG. Bye-bye. That's just problems waiting to happen. I'm just playing with you. Yeah, I don't know. AMG's pretty sweet too, but I think for the long haul, it's probably going to be Tundra. Mark with the thumbs up. Thank you, sir. Camper Mike says, no beer for me, kidney problems. He's going to have a nice soda. Shorty with the muscle. Dude, what are we doing, muscles now? Boom, baby. Darcy with the thumbs up. Camper Mike says, bottle of water trying to get rehydrated after being sick. Good call, my friend. A little ginger ale don't hurt anybody either. And Shorty, there we go. Nathan says, on the key fobs, I was at local dealer today, and they told me Toyota plans to deliver second sets of keys for all buyers by early summer. We will see. I heard that as well. That's a wait-and-see game for me. Scott says, how much money to fill it up? It's a good question. I think it was 60-something. I don't let it go all the way down, though. I mean, that was down around quarter, so I'm going to be filling up again shortly, and I'll let you know. I'll take note of it. Hoo-ah, says Bobby. AT with the beer emojis. Eric says, would really like a fail-safe key start with the fob. True. First responders, thumbs up from Bobby. Yes, yes, absolutely. They don't get enough appreciation for what they do. It's unreal. I can't believe you guys donated $92. I'm seeing that at the top of my screen right now. That is insane. I think you're crazy, but I appreciate it very much. Let's talk about one thing just while we're here. You guys know I have the little promo codes going on. So Sparks Parts, if you don't know, for all your parts needs for your Tundra or any other Toyota, visit sparksparts.com. Use promo code TundraDude34 to save 5%. Now, if you want to wear cool Toyota gear, I have some stuff right here to show you. I also have a promo code at Toyota Outfitters. So go to that website, put in promo code TundraDude, all capitals, one word, TundraDude, and it saves you 25% site-wide. It's the official merchandise of Toyota, TRD, and Toyota Racing. So it's all good stuff like this. Get the Toyota cap. It's got the camo on the back. This is probably my favorite hat right now. I use this for everything. As you can see, there's cat hair all over it because if you have a cat, you understand. Hats like this. This is the TRD hat, and it has the official TRD colors here. There's so many options there. I have endless shirts, hats, all the Toyota clothing I wear on this channel that doesn't say TundraDude, like the official Toyota stuff, is from Toyota Outfitters. So, excuse me, it's not just shirts, it's not just hats. They have golf bags, they have camping gear, tailgating gear, coolers, mugs, everything. Check out Toyota Outfitters. TundraDude, all caps, one word, 25% site-wide. And there are the plugs, my friends. And I just want to save you money, and that is it. I made a video the other day asking if I should de-chrome the Tundra and, you know, basically the surround and the rear bumper to black it out. And people were saying how expensive those trim pieces were. I think they were over $1,000 if I remember correctly. I think I'm going to leave that chrome alone. I have no problem, to be honest with you, with the chrome that's on there because it's a black exterior and it kind of looks nice. It's not overdone. It's just the people always say the Hogan mustache. Who doesn't love Hulk? Who doesn't love Hulk Hogan? I sure do. Eric says, I remember when Hogan sat on the shelf. Hogan is still here. Hogan is right there. You can't see him because we're in a weird angle. And I can't grab him because there's stuff on top of him. But the Hulk Hogan lunchbox is still here. Oh, boy. Okay. Camper Mike says, yeah, I fill up about half tank. Less sticker shock. I hear that. 2021-22, I put exactly 6K on my truck. 22-23, I put 6,034 miles to the exact day. Wow, it's pretty consistent. Bobby says, gotta eclipse the century mark. I hear you. I hear you on that. And you did it. Did you do it? You did it. So Bobby has donated $10 to make the total of tonight's live stream $102. I thank you, Bobby, very much for that. It's very cool. It's very cool of all of you. You didn't have to do it. It's very nice of you to help the channel out. I appreciate it. And soon we're going full time, baby. Soon we're going full time, especially with donations like that. So thank you so much. Eric says $72 for 30 gallons in Tennessee. Tiger says, hey, Marco, nice to see you going live. Tiger, long time no see. Long time no see. We're having a good time, though, and I'm glad you're here. I haven't gone live, and I think it's been like 3 months. It's been a minute. Robo says, everyone can kick a buck to TRD34. Make it a great Friday. It's time we come together for someone like us. That's a nice guy right there. We really appreciate you. Robo, you've given a lot of money already. 2 donations. Darcy says, Mark, if you're recording this, would you be able to forward me the clip regarding your comments about my 2021? You would be doing me a great service explaining my reason to the wife. Well, after we're done here, this goes up on my channel. So it'll always be there. Just go under the live stream tab. You could show her. But yeah, whatever you need, you let me know. A few more donations, and you could get the iForce back. A few more donations. I don't want the Max back. Love my iForce SR5 TRD off-road. That's what's up. I'm being honest with you on that. People don't understand how I could drive a Pro and then come back to an SR5 and be okay with it. And it's just, I don't know. I don't have the answer for you. I just genuinely like everything about this truck, the driving experience. Ingenious, how you doing, buddy? Good to see you. You only get one key fob with the new gen. Geez, Toyota jacks up the prices by 30%, hits us with the market adjustment, takes away the V8 and the key fob. Toyota is losing its way. Cheers on the live stream. Let's give you a cheers on that. Yeah, so apparently it was one key fob and 2 like physical keys, And by summer, they're supposed to send the second key fob to all the owners. So that's a wait and see. For sure. Robo has donated $5 more to the channel. Got to have supper with the wife later. Be safe, be well, and I thank you for all your donations, man. That was funny. I think that was like 3 or 4 for you. Very nice of you. I appreciate it. You didn't have to do that. So that's cool. So donations are way up. We're at $107 of donations. Wow, you guys are nuts. Absolutely nuts. I just want you to come hang out. You don't have to spend your hard-earned money on a Friday night. I mean, this is probably better than the bar, right? Because $107 these days will buy you a beer. So at least you're getting a little entertainment out of it, too. Camper says, love my 17 TRD off-road, 54,000 miles, no issues, oil changes, 1 set of tires, and soon first set of brakes. Camper, I remember when you bought that 2017, and that's how long you've been around the channel. I love it. Bobby B says, I do, Mark, have that twin-turbo V6 in another Toyota platform, and like you, I love it. There you go. It's something that I feel blessed because I have been able to drive a lot of Tundras, new gen and old gen, but with the new gen, each Tundra I've driven, here's something that'll make you go crazy. I know it'll make the negative folks go crazy. Each new generation Tundra, depending on trim, to me feels completely different. The first Limited I drove when, that was back February 2022-ish. The first Limited I drove, it was like, oh, this feels completely different from the truck. It took me a while to like that. That was regular iForce. Then the next Tundra I drove was the Pro with the iForce Max. Fell in love with it. The color I fell in love with, everything about it, the driving experience, it was insane. The iForce Max was a powerful, powerful engine. Then the next one I drove after that was the Capstone, which felt completely different. I felt like you could feel every bump in the Capstone with the big 22-inch wheels and the very thin tires. But that was something different in itself. The interior felt different. It just didn't feel like a Tundra at all to me. It wasn't bad. It just felt extremely high-end. You know, you got the semi-aniline leather in there. It was just a different kind of experience. We bought the Pro, drove the Pro around quite a bit, liked the feel of it, but I just never fell in love with it. I don't know. And then we ended up dropping down into this SR5 to save a little cashola every month. And sometimes you luck out, and things you don't expect to be awesome end up being the best move you've ever made in the new gen Tundra. And I still will say, this double cab SR5 in my driveway is the best driving, best driving new generation Tundra I've driven yet, of all of them. This one, behind the wheel, I'm excited. I'm always excited to drive it. I look for reasons to drive it. I look for reasons to go long on my way home. Instead of the 1.5 miles to come home, 40 miles to come home. I end up driving down the ocean, Manalocan, Seaside Heights, Lavalette, over the bridge into Toms River. Super long way home, watch the sun come up because I get out of work at 5:36 in the morning. This is the best driving Tundra I've driven yet. Facts from me, my opinion. So, a lot of people don't like that. A lot of people can't believe that. I don't know what to tell you, man. Like I said, thankfully I've driven a lot of Tundras, so I was able to get a real feel on her. Not just saying like I hopped in an SR5 and said, this is the best without driving the other ones. I've driven a lot of them. Let's see. Shorty said cheaper than a DWI for sure, my friend. You don't want to get in that. Camper says 13 GMC, was having the engine worked on for the second time with 16K on it. The truck before my Tundra, yes. Eric says each truck car has its own feel for sure. Gary has donated $10 to the channel. Gary, you're the man. I appreciate you. Enjoy your channel and love my 2017 Tundra SR5 double cab 4x4. Can't go wrong with that double cab. Team double cab. It exists in the old generation and the new generation. So, Gary, I thank you very much for your donation, making the total now $117. And the crazy part is YouTube takes a giant chunk of that. So, yeah, to YouTube, thank you for allowing it. Let's see. Robert says, love my 2022 1794 TRD non-hybrid Tundra in Army Green. Before we go any further, that is an absolutely unique unicorn setup. Very tough to find. 2 key fobs, Westcott Designs 3-inch lift and 35s. Nexum Diode Dynamics amber fog lights. Robert, TundraDude34@gmail.com. Send me a picture of that truck. I want to see it. Scott says, did you get your money back selling the Pro? I dropped my payment $219, $219, something like that. No money out of pocket, just straight trade. Lease to lease, keep that in mind. I always lease my Tundras. Please know that, Scotty. But no, didn't lose any money. No money out of pocket at all whatsoever. Tiger said, I sold my 2021 Black Metallic Pro and got myself the 2022 Pro Octane at MSRP. So far, so good. Aside from 2 months ago, the windshield cracked overnight, but Toyota replaced it at no cost. Well, that's good. Yeah, I mean, Solar Octane's a sweet color. Some people love it, some people hate it, but nice pickup, my friend. Nice pickup. Camper says, I have 2 different people ride in my 2017 at different times, and I get on it. Some not even to the floor, and some basically the same. Holy beep. This thing has power. It certainly does. Alan says, any plans to lift the SR5? I have played with the idea of a TRD lift. I have played with it. I don't know if I'm going to do it yet. I'm going to have to see how much it'll run me, and we'll go from there. Ingenious says, do you think with the front end being longer and plenty of space around the current V6 underneath the hood, do you think Toyota is leaving the extra room to bring back the V8 one day? I want to put this out there right now. I'm going to sit up a little straighter for you too. I would love the V8 to come back. I don't think it's a Toyota thing. And I think this is where people really get mad at Toyota for something that I think is more of government regulations thing. Of course, other brands have V8, which is what people say all the time, and I'm with them on that. Like, yeah, Toyota, why don't you have one? But I think they're just looking forward to as the V8s are starting to go away, because we're starting to see other brands are starting to pull V8s. I don't think the V8's going to come back. Do I want it to? Yeah, that'd be a great option. I think that's the missing ingredient to make total customer satisfaction, because there are some people that will still buy the iForce and iForce Max. I love my engine, but you'll get those V8 folks that are coming over from the old gen, and they have that option of the V8 if they want it, kind of like the F-150 with the Coyote 5.0. But I don't think they're going to do it, man, because why would you put a V8 in now when in a couple years they have to be gone anyway? I don't know. But I feel you on that. There is a lot of room under that hood. Bobby B says, so glad to hear your input on the 16 and 17 Tundra. Have the 5.7 and 16 LC, Land Cruiser, and we'll never get rid of it. Nah, don't, man. Just keep it forever. It'll run forever. Don't forget Land Cruisers. They're like built. So if a vehicle is built to last 10 years, Land Cruisers are overbuilt to like 20 years. Those things are meant to take an absolute beating. I'm going to take a picture. I think somewhere on my Instagram there is a picture now from years ago where my wife and I walk. We always go for walks and stuff. There's a fella that has a Land Cruiser, an older one, maybe like a late 90s. That thing is so beautiful. But I'm going to take a picture for you because that thing is sweet. And it looks like it's been through hell, still ticking, baby. Makes me smile when I step on it and the truck pushes you back into the seat till I stop at the gas station. Well, yeah, hey, listen. What do they always say, smiles per miles or whatever? Bobby B says, looking for the equivalent Tundra, low mileage. Yeah, there's plenty out there. 16 and 17 are good years to have. Keep in mind, make sure you aim for that 38-gallon tank. 38-gallon tank. Because I think it became standard in 2017, and it was in most of them in 2016. Just make sure you pay attention to the options on it. Mad Max line, the last of the V8s. Yep, that's it. And Bobby says yes on that Land Cruiser. I'd like to talk to that guy about that and be like, can I drive your truck? Hey, I'm some YouTube guy that does Toyota stuff. Do you mind if I hop behind the wheel of your very rare vehicle that I hope you know is very rare and you hold on to it forever? Please stop parking it on the street. That's what I would say. But it is a beautiful one. I believe it's in gray, like a dark gray. Very nice. And it's obviously well taken care of, but it is older. But those, I'm telling you, Land Cruisers, doesn't matter what year Land Cruiser you have, they are meant to keep on going. And I love them. And they had that Heritage Edition that came out a few years ago. I was obsessed with that. Obsessed with that. But the price was insane. And that was pre-COVID. That was like, I want to say 2019, was the model year of those? Yeah, that 38-gallon tank that shows 0 miles to empty with 6 gallons left. They all do that. That's just so you guys don't, burn out the fuel pump. But Toyota is known for doing that. You'll say 0 miles until empty, and you'll have, ample fuel left. So that's crazy. Crazy times for the Tundra. Army Green 1794 with the TRD off-road package is a fine automobile. Someone just mentioned that. I'm thinking about it in my head. Yeah, man, that was a great one. Even it's funny because iForce Max with that like really sweetens the deal. I got a question for you guys out there. I've always wondered this, and as I walk around and see them more often, I've never asked this question. When you get the iForce Max in the new Gen Tundra, you get the emblems on the hood that say iForce Max. What's your thoughts on those emblems? Do you feel like they're too gaudy, or do you like them? I'd love to know, because when you get the regular iForce, it's just a regular hood. So please chime in. Let me know what you think about that. Great advice on the 38-gallon tank. You're going to want that 38-gallon tank. That makes it so you don't have to go to the fuel pump really ever. It depends on how much you drive, but even when I was driving a lot, man, I was not at the gas station very often. The other option is a 26-gallon tank. So just pay attention. I'm pretty sure at those years you'll end up with a 38-gallon tank, especially 2017. Yes on the gaudy. Okay. Gerard, I don't want to get this wrong. Gerard says, Quicksand Mafia represent. Right there, buddy. Right there. Absolutely my favorite color ever offered on the Tundra. What do you got? What exactly do you have? I'd love to hear. Camper Mike says, I pushed it past that and could hear the engine flutter a little going up a hill. Still had 4 to 5 gallons left. That's crazy. Yeah, I love that they do that. It makes me laugh. I get questions all the time, probably a few times a week saying, it says my truck is empty, or when I go to fill up, it only fills up to 28 gallons or whatever. Scott says, you walk in the lots on Sunday? If there's something to walk, I absolutely am. We walked Gateway today, which is down the street from me here. If you didn't see that video, check it out. I did it earlier today, so it'll be right behind whatever we're doing right now with the live. It should be right there. As Solar Octane Tundra we saw. That's right in the thumbnail, so click that. But if there's something at the other dealership I walk, I'll definitely will walk it. If there's not, I guess the one I did yesterday will be the one of the week. But I always aim to walk on Sundays for sure. It's the best video. I love making those videos. Absolutely. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to close out this stream right. We got a little bit of a beverage left. I thank you guys for being here. Hit the like button on your way out. $117 of donations tonight. That is insane. I think you guys are awesome. Thank you so much for that. I just want you to subscribe and like, but I appreciate that very much. Before we don't leave yet. No one leave yet. We're not sipping it out yet. Gerard says 2016 TRD Pro coach builder shims and shackles. 295, 70, 18 Ridge Grapplers. That sounds amazing. TundraDude34@gmail.com. Send me a picture of that, please. Party on Garth. Cheers. 117. That is a tank of gas. All right. Bubba says cheers. And we're going out the way we came in. It's the only thing we need to be doing right now. Raise your glasses in the air if you have one. Cheers. A gigantic cheers to the military and emergency services of the United States and Canada. We love you. God bless you. Thank you for defending us every day. Appreciate every single thing you do. A cheers to those heroes. God bless you. God bless America. And have a great day. Thank you for tuning in.